Hi, Andrew. How are you? Hi, Kath. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, everybody. Hi, Kara. I'm well. How are you? The cards match my shirt. They do. I know. I had these Beetlejuice cards that I pulled out the other day. Because, I mean, Halloween is coming. So I said, why not? I mean, it's such a classic movie. Thanksgiving was good. It was good. It was my sister's birthday. So we had a birthday party for her. How about you? Hi, Charlie. I'm doing well. How are you? Hi, Shahir. How are you doing today? Hi, Mike. I'm well, thank you. How are you? Oh, thanks, Kath. I appreciate it. Thank you. Hi, Tunu. How are you? You had lots of food? That's what Thanksgiving's all about. Canadian Thanksgiving, for anybody that doesn't know, was just this past weekend. Oh, thank you, Shira. I appreciate it. I'm well, thank you. I'm curious to know how everybody's feeling today. Is it a beautiful day where you're at, Mike? I like hearing that. Oh, you were confused. Yes, Canadian Thanksgiving. It's the same thing, same process. It's just that it happens in October. Hi, Bodini. How are you? Thank you, Shana. I appreciate it. I appreciate your kind words. So the energy, I think today is very tiring. I don't know about you guys. Really curious to know how you're feeling. Hi, Bob. How are you? Hi, Belle. Yeah, I did. I did. We had a nice time together. Like I said, it was my sister's birthday. How was school today after the long weekend? Oh my goodness, tiring, tiring. Plus we had progress reports due. So, had to get all those done. Hi, Becky. Nice to see you. Yeah, it has been a while. Oh, it's cold and wet where you are. The weather is so mixed. It's so mixed. Like in the morning, it's like super cold, and then by afternoon, it's like summertime. Chappie, how are you, my friend? You've been tired? Yes, I know. Me too. Hi, Anne. How are you? Sometimes you feel tired. You want like you're feeling like neither nor or like back and forth. So, oh, thanks, DR. No, I don't ignore. I don't ignore what's on. I don't. Oh, thanks, Kat. I appreciate it. Thank you. I got my hair done on Thursday, and when I have fresh hair, it always looks better. It's different texture like when you get your hair done, if that makes sense. Hi, Mina. How are you? So like the hair goes well for the first while. It was cold in Portland yesterday. Cold in California this morning. Yeah, the weather's so up and down. How are you, Trish? Trish, thank you so much always for your kindness, like with the comments on my videos and sharing. That's really, very nice of you. It means a lot. Yeah, you know what I mean, Kat? Like at first, hair goes super, super well once you get it done because the hair feels like fresh, It doesn't feel weighed down. It doesn't feel, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Thank you, Shahir. I appreciate it. Hi, Laverne. Oh, thank you so much, Trish. Honestly, it means the world. It means the world. I I feel like today is kind of one of those like in between days where it is a bit of neither nor, and we did just have Pluto go direct. And I mean, that's a generational thing, that's a collective thing. But, the prediction is that a lot of things are changing, and we know there's changes happening for sure. But everybody talks like how monumental this shift actually is. Hi, Donna. You want fall and Halloween? I like fall clothes. Fall clothes are my favorite. Thank you, Sakena. Thank you. We're going to do a general collective reading, Laverne, in a few minutes, and we're going to check out the energies. Salut, Matt. How are you? Yeah, maybe it gives it body, what do you mean? That's probably true. That's probably true. Probably true. So I did buy a Halloween costume. Now let's see, let's hope, because I've done this in the past. I don't know how many of you have done this, where you buy a costume, you order a costume, and then it doesn't like at all like work out the way you want it to. We are doing the full moon Zoom, by the way, on Halloween. So I haven't put it on my website yet, but if you want to spend Halloween with us for the full moon Zoom, talking about the energies, the full moon in Taurus, please join us. Also, I have added a Facebook Kelly Lorraine, because when I post to my Instagram, might as well let it post to Facebook as well. So there is a Kelly Lorraine 111 page on Facebook. It is me. The only problem is that I did get some people tell me that the scammers are active and trying to talk to people. Just as a lovely, gentle reminder, I will never, ever, ever DM you. I will never ask you for anything. I would hope to think that people who know me, like you watch me enough to know, you know that I would never. I would never write something like, Grand Rising, my love, I feel this connection to you and have to, solicit you for a reading. Like that just would not be me. I would hope. Everybody knows. Hi, Foxglove, how are you? Hi, Sylvie. Do you know what I mean, Trish? Like anybody who knows me knows that that's something I would never do. I mean, there's scammers everywhere, who like to impersonate. Like I would never DM and be like, send me money, or let's do a reading together, or I feel this connection to you, or, it's just not my voice. You know that I would never. So please don't ever pay attention to those things. Remember, our online family has a safe word, right? Like we always laugh about like what I would say if I was going to do it. But of course, I would never solicit anything from you. Hi, Z, how are you? Thank you, Ali. I appreciate it. If I did feel that connection, I could just say so. Listen, I will never DM. My DMs in general are closed to these things. I learned that very quickly when I started on social media, never to keep your DMs open. Hi, Gina. I'm well, thank you. How are you? Hi, Grandma. But I don't open my DMs because people, when I first got on TikTok, I encountered people, hi Jennifer, I encountered people who wanted to do like emotional blackmail. Like if you don't read my cards, I'm going to do this. And it was like, oh, okay, like I cannot subscribe to such things. I will not remotely, I won't engage in that. That's right, Anne. Anne knows the words, right? The way that I would speak if I was going to, but you know what I mean. So good. I'm glad, Gina. Kara knows. Kara knows the word. Yeah. No, that wasn't me who DM'd you. No, that was not me, Mike. Definitely not. Definitely not. Yeah. No. And then, like I hate to say it, but like sometimes, when you have the DMs open, it can get a little extreme, and it's like, I can't. So I'm very, very careful with my social media communication. You have to protect yourself. So. Yeah, I mean, Ali, they want to talk to me, maybe, and I appreciate that. I really do. But there is a boundary there, like there is a boundary. And so like I would never ever solicit anybody, No, please, no, dear, listen, don't jinx me, because parent teacher interview night is next week. It's next week. I don't want any parent teacher interviews. I don't want, no. I haven't done that in a while, and I mean, typically I don't get a lot of interviews, which is great because that means the kids are doing well. But yeah, no, don't jinx me. Yeah, Bob. This is Mike's standard line. The glitter is his thing. Hi, Yurdi. How are you? So, anyways, how many countries have I visited? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't think I've ever sat down and counted. I mean, I've traveled, but I can't say that I've been to a ton of places. I tend to repeat where I go, you know. Okay, and sounds good. Am I enjoying being back at school? Yeah, I mean, it's a mixture of things. It's a mixture of things. Um, the kids are very nice. They're lovely, lovely people. There's no question that they're sweet. I enjoy them. Um, it is good to have variety, Kelly. You're right. I mean, listen, it's nice. At the same time, there are moments where I'm like, oh yeah, like this is, I remember the stress of this or the drama of that, you know, immature, the immaturity sometimes that you see, or, the nagging. Okay, did you finish your homework? Did you finish your work? Are you done your work? Like, I feel like every day I'm repeating myself, okay, what about that assignment in the Dropbox? What about that assignment in the Dropbox? What about that assignment in the Dropbox? Okay, did you put it in the Dropbox? Like, so I find myself, those are the things that I can't say that I enjoy. I don't like nagging anybody for things. At the same time, what I do love is that I get to have really nice conversations about, life and learning, and a lot of the things that, I teach on here are things that I also teach in the classroom. We talk about being a good human being. We talk about making decisions. We talk about following your passion and things. So, you know, so those are the things that I love about school. But I also like my freedom. I also like my freedom too, when I'm self-employed. So it's a mixture of things. I like both for different reasons. So thanks, Deb. You too. All right, so let's get into it. Tell me what your word of the day is, everybody. What are you feeling? What's the vibe? We'll pull some cards and feel it out. Hello, my friend. How are you? Nice to see you. Just so you guys know, I'm on 3 platforms at once. I'm not ignoring anybody. Like, I'm on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram at the same time. Yes. I mean, you do get downtime. I mean, there are perks to that too, Kelly. You're right. Yeah. Hi, Maria. How are you? Thin veil on this moon. Well, I mean, we're getting there. The new moon is next week. The full moon is what, November 6th? You feel shocked? What's the favorite thing about my classes? Honestly, it's the conversations with the students. Conversations, like life conversations. Like, they're so wide-eyed, and you get to have some really cool conversations about, learning and life. You feel down, Becky. I'm sorry to hear that. Strength. I'm well, Lucia. How are you? Cassie, you feel uneasy? Is it raining where you are, Emily? I mean, the weather doesn't help when it's dreary and down, like tonight, I have to admit, I can't say that I feel great today, in the sense that, like, I'm good overall. But today I felt, as the day went on, I felt more tired. My eyes are watering. Like, oh my gosh, like, I don't even know. Like, I've never had like allergies before or anything, but like, I don't know, dry eye, like, where your eyes, it sounds such a contradiction to say dry eye, and yet my eyes are like watering. You feel emotional, Lisa. Yeah, I get it. Hi, Mish. How are you? You have pain from your back of your head? Maybe stress, like a stress headache? I'm well, Paul. Thank you. Maybe, Kelly. Maybe yeah, I mean, being young, become open, more open. Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, you're tired too. Thanksgiving was good. It was my sister's birthday. We had a nice lunch together. Aw, thanks, Becky. I'm happy to see you too. Am I a doctor? No, I'm a teacher. I'm a teacher and tarot card reader, spiritual life coach. We never know the title for me. I'm a I'm a one-stop shop kind of. I was even giving mascara tips to my students. You know how I always say, like, hit it from the back, the mascara. We haven't talked about that in a while. I had two students today, separate classes. They were like doing their mascara with the eyelash curler in class today. And I was like, let me give you a tip that I've been giving for like the last like 20 years. Don't do your mascara like this, do it like this. And they probably thought I was gonna tell them to put it away, or like I was gonna get upset or something. And well, I don't think they thought that I would get upset, but you know what I mean? Like they probably assumed their teacher would say, you know, what are you doing? Put that away. And instead I was giving them tips to do it better, you know. They're very sweet. They're very, very sweet. So you would like to see me do that because you use the curler? Well, let me give the advice. The advice is when you're doing mascara, and I'm not like a makeup artist by any means, but I will tell you that when you're doing mascara, don't do it in a mirror that's a regular mirror. Do it in a magnified mirror, and also look down into the mirror. Don't look straight into like a regular mirror over the sink or whatever. Take a handheld zoomed in mirror, like magnified mirror. And like I don't do this because that doesn't work for my lashes. I really just do, and sometimes the tip, just the tip. The you know like they get kind of the tip with the and like the up. Not I don't do this, okay. But then you got to go like from the back, from the back. You got to layer it from the back, and then layer it. Yeah, just the tip sometimes, but yeah. No, I didn't say don't make eye contact, but what I'm saying is that like the angle in which you hold the mirror makes a difference. Because if you're looking straight on, then what you're doing is you're hitting your lid, right? But you have to kind of look down a little bit so that you can, and you got to do a few layers. Like you can't just do like one layer, you know. Yeah, and just a regular mirror, Kelly. Like I just have like a cheap magnified, I don't know, circle mirror, whatever, like a size like the size of a ring light, you know? And then just you hit it from the tell them the brand. That's not the brand that I use though, Mish. I don't use that brand. And my lipstick is. My lipstick is Wet and Wild. But my I know, Rhiannon, I know. I know. I know. No, I look, I think the best mascara honestly is typically Lancome, Hypnos, or Mr. Big, Mr. Big. Or, you know, if you're looking for drugstore, Essence. Essence, probably one of the best $4.95 mascaras you're gonna get, you know? Yeah, Mr. Big, Monsieur Big. It's what it's called, Mr. Big. No, I don't say that around school. No, I didn't say that to school kids. I told them, do it like you've got to like from the back of the lashes. I would never. I would never. You used to use Mr. Big? Yeah, you always remember Mr. Big. Yeah. Yeah, you like Lancome? Oh, thanks, Kelly. I'm very blessed that I have good lashes. It's up to you whether you use black or brown. I use black mascara always, but I mean, it is what it is. So, hi, Mohammed. So yeah. For passé composé. Oh, many, many. You don't wear makeup anymore? You know what? I have to say, like, I do, I like burgundy mascara, actually, Kelly. Burgundy. It depends, it really depends on your eye color, you know? So, but I don't wear as much. I know a lot. I know sometimes I get comments on my on my videos about my makeup where like some people really like to pick at certain things, like oh, you have too much foundation on, or oh, why are you wearing black eyeliner? And it's all good. It doesn't really bother me or doesn't really affect me. But the thing is that like when you're on camera, everything looks amplified too when you're on camera, right? Hi, Jose. How are you? So use a lot of brown as well. Yeah. But I mean, everybody has their way of wearing. Uh, I do. Hi, Sammy. How are you? I do because my eyes are technically like green. They're green, but they're gray. They're green and gray. It really depends. My mom and my sister have blue eyes, and I got my dad's eyes, which are, like I said, green, gray, which is apparently really from they're typically like Northern German or European roots, I guess. But I definitely have like a different color. I'm well, Jose. How are you? Oh, thanks, Risa. I appreciate it. You like the pink shadow? Oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, like I said, everybody will have their opinions on someone's makeup, but it is what it is, you know. Life's been lifing. Had to see what the cards are gonna say. Well, we're gonna do our reading and see what comes through in the energy. Um, I love green. Yeah, that's why green works for me because I do have the green eyes, right? No, nobody's jealous. Nobody's jealous, dear. I can assure you. Nobody should be. Nobody should be jealous of anybody. Yeah, Reese, I'm gonna do a reading right now. We're gonna look at the energies. You're an 11/11 green-eyed Scorpio. Nice, Joe. I saw some interesting videos recently about green eyes and gray eyes and hazel eyes and brown eyes. It was fascinating to see like sort of the percentages around the world and kind of like where they come from. It's fascinating. All right. Wow, $500 billion for a marriage proposal. My goodness. Jose's my head of security. He takes all applications for marriage proposals. Right, Jose? You got me, right? You got me covered. Anne's like, yeah, Kelly told you to open your heart. And if they're weirdos, you have to have boundaries. That's, you have to know and you have to have boundaries. But yes, open your heart. I believe in opening your heart. It's important. Very important. Yes, Jose just made the disclaimer. Please send all marriage proposals to him directly. Yes. Oh, $501 billion. Wow. My goodness. I'm humbled every day with such, oh, 800 billion, and you want 2 children. I mean, YouTube is a whole other, I always say the comments on YouTube are a whole other level, you know? Will that be in large bills or gold bars? Good question, Jose. See, look at that. You're negotiating for me. That's nice. That's nice. All right. Well, Heather, that's a tough question. That must mean you feel that it is if you're asking. So be careful what you manifest, right? As in, like, do you want it to be over or do you want to save that marriage? Two people have to be on the same page to save a marriage, you know? So let's see. I'm well, Samson. How are you? Hi, Raphael. Okay, let's get into it. Current energy today is, Five of Pentacles. Who feels left out in the cold? Offered to move you. One person you don't know from your hometown, nobody knew him. I mean, listen, be careful. And if somebody's, that sounds like love bombing to me. Like, we don't want to move that fast, right? Hi, Peyton. How are you? The ones you just removed. Perfect, Jose. You got it. Some of the energy is feeling left out in the cold, where like you feel like, oh, you know, or it could be negative thoughts. It could be negative thoughts. Let's see what else we need to know. You think you do? What's got you feeling left out in the cold? You're feeling uncertain. Okay. Let's see. The moon. Emotional. Somebody's very emotional about it. Sensitive. That's interesting. So let's see. This guy in your life is giving you mixed signals. You mean like a hot and cold? Yeah, it's the worst. Boundaries. If something doesn't feel right, then you gotta keep your boundary. When will you get your spiritual breakthrough? It takes time. It takes time, consistency, and effort, Reset. And also boundaries. It always comes back to boundary, you know? So, so no, the heart light, it's not about, I mean, honestly, Anne, what it comes down to is, okay, you said, and unresolved letting go issues. Yes, that's part of it, right? Oh, I'm not streaming on Facebook right now. I'm not on Facebook Live at the moment, Mish, but I do have Facebook. Yeah, it's a Kelly Lorraine 111 Facebook, for anybody who wants to see my videos there. But the airplane says ascension. Oh, funny, we're talking about boundaries. It says, you know what it says on here? No boundaries. And not in the good sense. I mean, yes, we like to ascend, we like to fly high, you know, travel, whatever. But like, this is, somebody's got no boundaries. Be very careful with that. No boundaries is gonna put you in last place, right? Everybody is gonna get what they want. And you're gonna sit there in limbo. So potential or challenge today is the Page of Swords. See, somebody's spying or observing. Somebody's watching. You or them. Who is it? Also, this could be the need to be decisive. And there's maybe the hot and cold, right? The hot and cold of, you know, they're watching or you know they're engaging, but they don't really have anything to say, right? And that's what keeps people holding on. Like, well, what does it mean when they watch my story or watch my whatever, or like my post? It doesn't really mean anything. And I hate to say that. I know that sounds kind of blunt. It really doesn't mean anything. Because somebody who is interested is consistent and lets you know. They don't hide. It's not a masculine energy to hide. A masculine energy is going to let you know. And the way I always think about it is hi Armin, is the emperor. You know, the emperor is the king of kings, right? That's somebody who doesn't play around, right? He comes in, he's here to play chestnut checkers. You know, you don't ever have to guess in that scenario, right? So if you're sitting there guessing, then that tells you something. So let's see. North Node, destiny. So North Node is about going towards your future. And a lot of people have to decide or make a decision so that you can advance or ascend to your future. Thank you, Matthew. I really appreciate that. You don't play without protection. There you go, Mish. Your North Node is in Virgo. So your destiny then is probably more organization, more logic, more learning, right? Hi, Queen. Let's see what else we need to know. No glovin', no lovin'. There you go. Innocence. This is telling you to have more freedom, you know, in the sense of enjoy yourself, you know. Don't try to control things. You know, I say that every single day. Don't try to control everything. But I do repeat it over and over and over again. Oh, Sparkle Diva, we're doing a general collective reading. So it's free. It's for everybody. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I do personal readings if you want to discuss. I don't just do readings. I think people who know me know that we go deep. We go deep. We don't just, you know, look at the cards. We're looking at the root of things, kind of like counseling, right? So, because cards are never going to tell you your future. Cards tell you your energy and sort of how you're handling your path right now, right? So we all have free will and the ability to shift and to manifest. Yeah, me too, Mish. I'm glad to see you. Yeah, it's much better than a reading. I appreciate that, Jose. Thank you. I mean, listen, I give my all. When I do sessions, I really give my all, you know? You really want to settle down and marry someone, but I guess this causes you to get emotionally attached to whichever guy that is paying attention to. It's got to be the right person, okay? The name is okay bye, just in case somebody's wondering. I'm not saying okay, like okay's the username. Yeah, you can't, it's not about just the first person that comes along. It has to be the right person because I mean, it's got to be compatible. You have to be on the same page. You have to choose what you want, right? Hi, Marita, how are you? What is that island off of Italy? Oh, it is Burano. There's the island of Murano, like Murano glass. And then there's Burano. Love it. If anybody goes to Venice, go to Burano. Everybody goes to Murano right away. They go to the glass factory, but you got to go to it's just past. It's one of the islands past. And it's so lovely. It's so lovely. They say it's one of the top 10 most unique places in the world. It's crazy. Funny, I can't roll R's in Spanish, but in Italian, I mean, like that's a little different. I feel like I can't just call it Burano, like a Burano. Like it's I don't know what it is for me. Maybe because I was part of an Italian family for so long. But hi, Kevin, how are you? I can't. In like words like that are Spanish words, I cannot. I don't have that ability. And yet I speak French, right? Or even like Italian is very similar. I mean, it's very similar to Spanish as well. Like Italian, Spanish, French, obviously. Oh, you were telling your son about it. Nice. But I need Spanish lessons. I need, you'll always have, Mish, please don't give me that visual. I don't know. I don't need to think about that. I have zero of any feeling for my ex-husband, as lovely as a person as he is, and I wish him well. But no, please don't give me any visuals on that. I'm way past that years ago. Years ago. You're gonna teach me, Jose? I would love that. I would love that. I love learning language. I love learning in general. That's such a Virgo thing, you know? I don't do like health, Risa. Like those are things that, I mean, maybe some people do. That's an area that I don't venture into, you know? You're just saying I'm Italian. Listen, a lot of people actually think I'm Italian in general. Now, I don't know. I have blonde hair and green eyes, but I mean, I could be from the north. I could be from the north. But I think since I talk with my hands, I talk with my hands a lot, you know. You want me to learn Hindi? I mean, listen, I'm open to learning as many languages as I can, but it's not easy. Learning a language is hard. My hands say it all. I know, I'm always like, you know. Hi, Christy. That's true. For Spanish, I think you do. You're right. Yeah. Thank you, Scotland. I appreciate it. I look Nordic or Scandinavian. So my father was born in northern Germany. Oh, Polish. There you go. So my father was born in northern Germany and right on the Baltic Sea. So that's actually a Viking heritage, UNESCO Viking heritage area. And then on my mother's side, my mother is Canadian born, but her parents were Polish and Ukrainian. Her father was born in Poland and came to Canada. My grandmother was part of a very large family where, you know, they came from the Ukraine, but my grandmother, because she was the second last child, she was born in Canada. But so that's why I have the mix. Oh, Jane, you're Polish. So there you go. I was gonna say, like, so in my family, I guess you could say I'm a mixture of the Northern German and the Eastern European. You're from Calgary, nice. I'm from Toronto. So sometimes that explains, like I was gonna say my cheeks, but my cheeks, and my eyes. I get that often, you know, asking. I knew when I said cheeks, I know what Mish would say, so that's why I have to clarify, like on my face, you know. Ah, Hamilton, nice. I forgot, that's right, you did tell me you were from Hamilton. Yeah, Mish, I knew if I was gonna say cheeks, I knew what you'd say. You were born in Canada, raised in Detroit. Where in Canada? I mean, like, as in like Windsor or like just over the border? Because like a lot of people who are born like right on the border, you know, they tend to go back and forth, or Scottish and grandparents Irish. Oh yeah, Windsor. I figured so. Yeah. It's busy today, Matt. Oh, nice, Bettina. You're Northern German? As in like Hamburg? So let's see, what should we focus on today? Ah, the Wheel of Fortune. Things are shifting. There's growth, there's expansion, there's good luck. Well, that's good. we like good luck, we like a shift, but we can't fight the shift. Right? What else do we need to know? Aquarius energy. Progression. Forward thinking. Intuition. Okay, and sounds good. So we need to be sort of forward in our thinking. And recognize how far we've come. Recognize an opportunity. When something good is presented to you, don't dilly-dally, like don't mess it up. That's good, Matt. I'm happy to hear that. I think you've had a shift recently, obviously. You know, talking it through is always good, and getting feedback, you know, that's something that you and I have talked about. And I think a lot of people need is that you need feedback from someone. You need to be able to talk it through. And sometimes we don't get that opportunity to talk it through. You know, if you don't know, if you don't have anybody to tell you, how will you know? I always say, same thing with my students. I always say, like, if I don't tell you, who's going to tell you? If I don't tell you about your essay or your assignment, who's going to tell you? And same thing with all of you. Like, if you're coming to me for good advice, I'm going to give you that advice, even if it's difficult, right? Oh, I've missed you too, Mish. Why is sometimes silence louder than words? Because oftentimes people want to bait us into a reaction. They want to poke the bear, or they want you to emotionally hold on. That's why no contact is so strong. Because when you go no contact and you maintain a boundary, it means you're okay on your own. Now, you may not be feeling that way, but you're presenting it that way. You're presenting a strength that that somebody will notice. If you're chasing and you're allowing bad behavior, well, then they're going to notice the opposite. They're going to notice that they can do whatever they want and get away with it. Right? Amazing, Mish. I'm glad to hear that. So, hi, Prem. How are you? Hi, Dominique. Oh, thank you so much, Matt. I appreciate it. I really do. Yeah, everything is about being a good human being, for sure. Thanks, Becky. Have a wonderful night. I appreciate it. So, does that make sense? Okay. Because silence, listen, it's not easy to go no contact. It's not easy sometimes to maintain a boundary. But it's the way I look at it is like this. If someone's gonna have to be worn down, it's not gonna be me. And I don't mean that out of stubbornness. What I mean is, if it's a matter of a boundary, I have to maintain myself. Because if I don't want to deal with bullshittery, which I don't think anybody wants to, if I have to deal with that, I'm not going to be happy. So I have to be the one that maintains my strength so that the other person is worn down, that they're not gonna push my boundaries anymore. So let's see. Let's take a look at the recent past. Hi, Pauline. I'm well, thank you. How are you? Silence is golden. Absolutely. Look, there are days, don't get me wrong, there are days when, of course, you want to reach out to somebody or you want to keep that connection going. But then you have to ask yourself, like, what does it serve you in the end? What do you get out of it? What do I get out of it? It makes no sense, right? You have to go to a Zoom meeting? Okay, have a wonderful night. Yeah, Dominic, we're doing a collective reading. Hi, Ribo, how are you? So let's see. Hold on, Mish, are you saying hi to Mike on the other side? Like, hello from the other side? Are you saying hi to Mike in IG? Just so I can clarify. Okay. Hi, Mike. Mish says hi. Hi, Mohammed. How are you? Okay, recent past is the Five of Cups. Now, 5-5 now. 5-5. Tower moments, big changes ahead. Grief. How many of you have been feeling the grief, the sadness, the disappointment lately? Growth and expansion. Like, how many times can I say this? I've been saying this, I think, for like weeks. Hi, Mish. Batting is baby blues too, Mish. So this is, look, growth and expansion. You have to move past the grief. You have to let go of the broken heart. What does the broken heart serve you? Please tell me. The grief is unbearable. So you have to let it go. Like, in your opinion, and I say that as a general, your as in plural, all of you, what is it that is so hard to let go of? Why? Because, like, sometimes it's not even about the other person, it's about us, right? What are you not wanting to let go of? What is it that you're trying to control? Or what is it you're trying to force? Is it the investment? You know, sometimes we've invested so much in something that we don't want to let it go. But I mean, what does it serve you? Until you're ready. Yeah, you know, Emily, it's an interesting thing. And when people come to me, they say things like, I've hit my low, Kelly. I've hit my low. And again, I repeat myself for years about this. The only way you have actually truly hit your low is if you will not entertain that thought, that feeling, that situation ever again. Because if you're still hanging on and you're still going for more rounds, that means you still have patience, and that means you're still not ready. So at what point, right? Anxious attachments can make it hard. Absolutely, Debbie, 100%. But then at the same time, if one is aware of anxious attachment, then seek help. You know, the same thing with avoidant attachment. You know, if somebody knows that they're avoiding something, the only way for an avoidant to get better is through help. Because again, you can read all the self-help books, watch all the videos, right? If you're not implementing anything, it's not going to change. So Miss, you're saying never again, eh? I get it. I get it. Good for you, Dominique. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, and Conrad, there's truth to that. Some people don't want help, and fair enough, and fair enough, you know? But then it becomes a cycle where, you know, it's a rotation of just going through the same old, same old. And again, if you like that, if someone likes that, then do it. Do it. But it's something that eventually has to shift because we can't sustain that forever. So the recent past here, see, obviously this energy is coming from a relationship or, like I said, a broken heart, because tandem bicycle is about wanting to be in union, right? Wanting to be in a partnership. I don't think there is a book that it would, it's interesting. So, Okay Bye just asked, which book would you recommend for finding someone in life? You don't just find someone, right? We attract who we are. And I know that's a very like tough statement to hear, but you know, a person doesn't miraculously fall from the sky. We don't just find someone. We get better, they get better. So the better you get, the more you spark energy, the more learning, the more ascension, you will find better. In my dating life, that's always been the case. It's always been about manifesting the better, because it's not that they're just suddenly better, I'm better, you know? So Sarah just said, I'm living my life to the fullest and sparking new energy, working consciously, not running or hiding, but that longing hits me sometimes, like today. Does that mean that I'm still not ready? So Sarah, let me ask you this. Are you dating people? Are you dating? Are you dating? Because here's the thing. I'm not ever saying that you have to be in a relationship. That's never my goal. My goal is not ever oh, go get into a relationship. That's, let me clarify so that people understand where I'm coming from. Never, ever, ever have I ever said, go be in a relationship because you have to be in a relationship. That's not the purpose. The purpose of sparking new energy and putting yourself out there and meeting new people is so that you can get better at your boundaries, knowing what you like and what you don't like, and working through things. So nobody has to be in a relationship, but you have to be willing to go through the motions of getting stronger, getting a thicker skin, not dealing with bullshittery anymore, and knowing your worth. And you learn those things through staying true to yourself. I mean, I could give you multiple stories. Not really, Mish. I mean, like, if it floats your boat, sure. I mean, like, if you like that, but long term, you have to be able to implement the knowledge you've learned, right? So that's why I said the other day when I was live about dating apps and whatever, yeah, people can complain all they want how bad the dating world is and how bad people are. Men are bad, women are bad, people are bad, whatever. Look, it's up to you. It's you. If you know that something's not good, then swipe then swipe away from it, delete, block, unmatch, whatever. Like nothing says you have to stay in that energy. You choose your company. You choose what you're willing to accept and not willing to accept. Nobody forces anybody to date, shitty people, you know? So, I mean, getting better means you're going to be better at choosing potential people, right? So how do we raise our energy as to attract someone at a higher energy frequency? So you have to raise your vibration. You have to raise your vibration. You have to, hi Peter, how are you? You have to learn new things, start new hobbies, meet new people. Yeah, the cake analogy, Mish, you got it. Yeah, and I mean, Isabel, I mean, you've been doing a lot of work on yourself, and that's amazing. That's amazing. And as you go on the path, yes, things really do appear to you. So Sarah, that's the missing piece. You're doing other things, but you're not putting yourself out there in regards to dating. And people think they need to find themselves in order to date. You don't have to be fully healed. Nobody's going to be 100% healed. You're going to be healing until the day you die. The irony of it all, right? Nobody's perfect. You're never going to find somebody who's absolutely perfect. You're going to trade one set of things for another, and whatever partner you switch to or move on from or whatever, you have to recognize that you heal through new experiences. Experience is your greatest teacher. Hi, Stola. Experience is your greatest teacher. So if you're not willing to get experience, then how do you expect to get better? But see, working on me is something, like I'm saying working on me as in like quote, is in tandem with experience. You working on yourself does not bring the results unless you are testing yourself and implementing. Hi, John. Hi, Flower. What does better mean? Better means people who are consistent, honest, have integrity. People who reflect the things that we're looking for. That's true, blessings. I appreciate that. I give a lot more than tarot. Yeah, so values. Yeah. But again, it's really, look, it's a process. None of this happens overnight, and this is why people stop. It's because it's hard. It's hard. Point blank, it's hard. Right? It's not easy. Nobody, no, I think we all want it to be easy. And I wish I could snap my fingers and say, hey, it's going to be easy. And tomorrow you're going to meet the love of your life. I mean, again, if I gave you a list of what I've gone through in the last 10 years and what I've attracted or what I've experienced, you'll see, you can easily see the shift, the upward shift. It's not because everybody just got better. It's because I got better. I wasn't accepting the things that I used to accept. I had a situation not long ago, actually, where, and this is going back like a few years, this isn't anything recent, but where, you know, there was an ending to a situation that wasn't totally understood. And then, 2 years later, all of a sudden you end up talking about it and seeing it from a different perspective. And you basically come to the conclusion that you were both dumb. And I don't mean that as an intelligence. I just mean like we were just two dumb people at the time who didn't know any better. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way to say we're dumb. I'm calling myself dumb here, where I literally just didn't know any better. I didn't express myself enough. I held that in. I was afraid to show my cards, no pun intended. I was holding myself back because I was afraid, because I didn't know where I stood, or they didn't know how they felt, or whatever it is. Like, think about it. Like the person you were, I don't know, a year ago, 4 years ago, 10 years ago, can you not look back and say, oh man, like I really should have done that differently? Well, how do you have the hindsight to know that now? You have the hindsight right now because you've gotten the experience. Because what I would have thought was true at the time, I don't believe to be true now. How do I know that? Because I've checked my work. I always use that example. We have this habit as people of saying, this is how it has to be. This is my person. This is it. And this is all of it. Okay. And then we hold on to this idea that it has to be this way. And when we do that, we totally put ourselves in a situation to not get what we want. We get resistance. And then all of a sudden, eventually, we move past things and then we look back and go, oh, really? Like, how did I see it that way? Well, now you see it differently because you eventually let go and moved past it or did new things. Mish just said, I'm not who I was 5 minutes ago. Perspective, perception, patience. Oh, thanks, Mish. I appreciate it. Everyone can be right for us at a different stage in life. We learn from mistakes. We grow from the lessons, 100%. Yeah. You're going to steal the word, bullshittery? Go for it. Love it. Love it. Yes, exactly, Isabel. Yeah. Yeah. Everything that we're searching searches us, right? Yeah. Or everything we're looking for finds us, and, oh, I'm so glad. I'm very honest. And I'll tell you something. I know that these things trigger people, and I'm sorry. I know. I don't say it to be mean. I'm not here to be, somebody wrote a comment earlier on YouTube saying, oh, you're a know-it-all. You think you know it all, how it's supposed to go. Listen, I deal with thousands of people. I've been through this myself. It's not a know-it-all. I don't want to be, you think I want to be right? I just know what I know, and I'm honest about it. Hi, Robert. How are you, my friend? Mish, I signed up for this life. Yes, you did, Mish. You did. Your soul signed up for it. I did too, but I say it because I'm honest. And there's a lot of people out there. I'm glad that it doesn't trigger you. And I appreciate that. Look, if it triggers, there's a reason why it triggers. Right. And I always say there's a lot of people out there that will lie to you. You can go get tarot readings from people who will lie to you left, right, and center. And they do. I stay in my own lane, but I know that there's a lot of people who lie. And if that's what someone wants, then go for it. But anybody who's ever done a session with me, and I know many of you have, I'm not going to lie to you. I say it out of love. I want you to be successful. I want you to be happy. My greatest joy is when all of you are doing well, when you're living your best life, when you're with the love of your life, when you've got boundaries and you're feeling secure and you're feeling confident. That is my greatest win. So, well, Dominic, some people like to hear what they want, like, so, I mean, look, uh, sometimes I get people who do want that. They want me to tell them what they want to hear, and like, and then they're upset when I don't. But it is what it is, like I'm here to give you real, genuine care. Oh, thank you so much. Good witches. I really appreciate that. It's not easy. Listen, it's not easy being hack, hard ass Kelly. It's sometimes I swear, it's like teaching. I go, there are days at school when I say to myself, did I do enough? Did I say enough? Did I say this right? Was I too hard? Was I whatever? I do the same thing in all of this, but it comes from a place of love. It never comes from anybody or me wanting to hurt anybody. Yeah, I appreciate it, Jose. I know you're very direct as well. So, you will never grow if you don't endure pain. That's so true. It's so true. Yeah. Yeah, blessings, I don't know. It's a tough one. I appreciate it, Jose. Thank you. It's hard to be honest. It is. But you know where I learned that from? I learned that from my dad. You guys know the story. Yeah, the cards match, Mish, they do. Many of you know the story. My dad was an Aries, and he was very honest, like blunt honest. And when my sister was very little, she asked my dad why there were pigs on a truck, okay? And my dad did not hold back, and he told her where those pigs were going, okay? Not in detail. I'm a Virgo. Hi, Christopher. I'm well, thank you. How are you? And he told her, from that day on, my sister was a vegetarian, okay? And he always said, I'm not going to lie to my children. Hi, Roseanne. He said, I'm not going to lie to my children. My sister's a Libra. And so I have always been taught by my parents that it's better to tell the truth than it is to lie. So my dad used to always say things like, just tell me. Just tell me. Whatever it is, we can handle it. But you have to tell me the truth. And I say the same thing to my students. Like whenever someone, tries to tell me that or give me a reason why they didn't do their homework or whatever, I just look at them sometimes and I'm like, just tell me. Just tell me, because I don't want to hear an excuse. I don't want to hear, I was telling a story actually today. This is going back like 20 years. This isn't even recent. I once had a student lie and tell me that his dog died or something. And then the mom, by chance, called me like the next day. And I said, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to hear about your dog passing away. And she was like, my dog's not dead. My dog's sitting right here. Like things like that. Yeah, my dad used to say, you can only go to the bank so many times. Absolutely. Absolutely. But anyways, I digress. The strength position right now is the 10 of Pentacles. This is about having your tangible fulfillment, having it all. Family, job, relationship, everything in line. Your dad is a Virgo and he doesn't lie, and never lie to him. Yeah. Just tell the truth. Exactly. Exactly. Here is the Yang energy. This is masculine energy. And this is about making moves. How does it feel like to be so grounded as a Virgo? Pisces. Yes, you're my sister sign. It's interesting. My Pisces friend, we always say to each other, like we do have things that the other would like to have. Like there are times when I do wish that I had more emotion. I'm not a very emotional person. I'm not a very sensitive person in the sense like nothing really offends me. Like I'm not going to get all worked up, and I'm not saying that that's a bad thing for people to get emotional or to get worked up. I just don't necessarily, I don't know. No, that doesn't mean I don't cry or don't have a bad day. But I kind of wish sometimes that I had more emotion. And sometimes I think Pisces might wish to have a little bit more logic. It really depends. But, oh, thank you so much. Warren, thank you. That's very kind of you. How to get a one-on-one? The link is in my description box, or you can go to kellylorraine111.com. They're very goal-oriented blessings, absolutely. Hi, Rashini. Hi, Charlie. Hi, Bumblebee. I'm well, thank you. How are you? By the way, thank you so much for your kindness. Like the comments on my videos, the likes, or even the shares. It really means a lot to me. So thank you. Kat just said, I lose respect when someone lies to me. That's a cat thing for Kat. Me too. Me too. I do not like lying. I don't like when, especially when you know they're lying to your face. That is one for me too. 100%. 100%. So let's see. Oh, I picked up the wrong deck. Is it ever the wrong deck? Deck with an E, by the way. Is it ever the wrong deck? Oh, I that means a lot to me. Thank you so much. Rock bottom. See what I said earlier? You have to hit your low. You call them out, Jojo. Good for you. Good for you. Good for you. Sometimes I kind of let people just talk, and then I I take it all in. Like I don't know if I call it out. I call it out if it's like my students or like when I'm in a session. But I mean in my day-to-day, sometimes if somebody's just like needlessly lying, sometimes I kind of just let them talk and see how far they're gonna go, you know? Never the wrong deck. Never the wrong deck. I believe that too, Charlie. We do. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate the kind words. In order to make moves, you got to hit your low, like we said, and not accept what you used to accept, right? All right, near future. Queen of, see, boundaries. I told you, boundaries, boundaries. Cutting things out that no longer serve you. Hi, Whoops, how are you? Fire energy, make some moves. Make some moves. Confidence, optimism, you know? And the yacht energy, moving forward. There you go. There's that masculine energy, that fire that's telling you make your boundaries and move forward. Oh, thanks, Boops. I appreciate it. Boundaries are the key, Roseanne. Exactly. Exactly. Oh, thank you, Roseanne. I saw that. Thank you for liking my videos on Facebook. It actually really helps. It really, really helps. So you got 2 new Oracle decks. Amazing. Amazing. Thanks, Jose. Oh, hi, Karma Kittens. Hi, baby. Did you want to come say hi? You've been joining us. You've been joining us more lately. Okay. Say hi to everybody. Oh, thanks, Bumblebee. I appreciate it. Karma's been... What do I think about hard work versus magic of manifestation? Well, I believe in working smart versus working hard, right? Karma Kittens. She's been joining us a little bit more lately. Just like Gretchen used to. I know, she's got big eyes. She's got big eyes. Sharon, everything's going to be okay. You just have to push through those hard times. Maintain those boundaries, and eventually it does get better. It does get better in time. Yeah, she's my little baby. She is my little baby. But I'm telling you, she and Tarot, they are in love. They are in love with each other, no question. Have I ever had supernatural experiences? Yes, many. Many. Karma's my protector. They say that cats protect you, right? From like you know, spirits and energies. And she's my little enforcer. That is for sure. Hi, Steph. She is cute. She is cute. She's my little baby. She owns this place. I just pay the bills. So, yeah, they are. So suggested approach is 7 of Swords, authenticity. Look, if something doesn't feel right, then you have to trust it. You've got to allow things to be revealed. Live authentically. Call it out. Let it be whatever it is. A few months ago, you were in a wreck. But what helped you was listening to your inner self, not the noise from your head. Listen, that's the thing. Your head lies to you. The brain lies to us. The majority of the things we tell ourselves aren't even true. And that's scientifically proven, right? So we have to remember that. Oh, Roshini, I'm sorry to hear that you're heartbroken. It's tough. We've all been through it. I know what heartbreak feels like. Believe me. Believe me. This is about receiving energy. You do, Roseanne. You do. That's strength in me. You know, that comes from having no choice. And I know, like, when I'm in a situation where it's bad, I have no choice. You know? And I always think if I got to make it or break it, I'm going to make it. And that's my dad. My dad used to say that all the time. Now the sun is setting. You can see how the glow is coming through the window. So we listen to our heart. And I don't mean like romantic, like, ooh, baby, romance. I mean, like, it's your heart. It's the intuition of your heart. You know? We have to be self-aware. We have to look in the mirror. We have to be authentic. Yeah, Roshini, I mean, listen, prayer, manifestation, they're rooted in the same things. Whoever you pray to, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. So let's take a look at, sorry, Karma just noticed an elastic sitting here. And I know we talked about this the other day, you guys call it rubber bands in the US. Emerald, that's really a joy. That's really, really kind of you. You dealt with heartbreak a month ago. Yeah, not alone. Mish just said, I know God will get me through it. Yeah, or get me out of it. Yes, absolutely. Whoever you pray to, whatever you pray to, it's all good. And what do you need to know? The Page of Cups. Page of Cups is about believing in miracles. Anything is possible. That's the beauty. Anything is possible. You know? Boy, I'm talking about my dad a lot today. I'm talking about my dad a lot. My dad, on his gravestone, it says, have faith, because that's what he used to always say. And he didn't even necessarily mean it religiously. He would mean it as in, like, have faith in your father, have faith in this working out, or, you know, everything's going to be okay. And I was very lucky that I grew up with parents who I would describe as manifestors without even really realizing that they were manifestors, you know? Oh, you felt Pandy's presence? I miss Pandy a lot. Pandy was so pure. She was so pure. Even we were talking about Jimmy the other day, you know? And yeah, oh, have faith in yourself for sure. We were, when I was at my sister's the other day for her birthday, we were talking about how Gretchen and Pandy and Jimmy, like they were, it's hard to believe they're all gone now, you know? But they really had an impact, you know? I think animals are with us, of course, during the toughest of tough times, right? And that's what we look to. Thank you. So, all right, believe in miracles, have faith. Anything is possible. And with that, we have here Mercury, communication. Think, learn, network, and communicate. Put yourself out there. Put yourself out there. What do you have to lose? Physically, they're gone. Energetically, they're with me. Oh, yeah, all the time, Mish, all the time. Like, I know that they see, like, as in tarot and karma, I know that they see them. They feel their energy in the house. You know, you love birds. Birds are beautiful. They represent a lot of really nice things. Symphony. We want to be in harmony. We want communication that's in harmony, in sync, right? Maybe you need to listen to some in sync music. I don't know. I mean, I love in sync. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I picked up the wrong deck again, but as I say, is it ever the wrong deck? Never. Well, I don't know. Why is there so much melancholy around? Whoops, because there's so much change happening. There's so much change happening. And there's so much grief about that change, about like actually like letting go, you know? And it's okay to not feel positive every now and again. Just remember that like not every day is rainbows and butterflies. It doesn't mean we have to be bubbly every single moment, right? So hope and or fear is the Eight of Wands, manifestation and communication. We hope for that. We want that. But at the same time, people fear putting themselves out there and shooting their shot, right? You can't be afraid to take a risk. Hi, Shell. How are you? Oh, the fear is the past. South node. We had the north node earlier, and now we've got the south node, you know? But Boops, you know what? Being single again, because you're saying being single again after a long time, you're not starting at zero. You're starting with knowledge you didn't have before. How am I so calmly wise? You know what? I think it's because I look at things from the bigger picture. Like my gift is that I can understand why people do what they do, even if I don't agree with it. And I think that that is described as having high emotional intelligence, where I'm not angry at somebody because they hurt me. I understand why they hurt me. And it doesn't mean that I condone bad behavior or that I want anyone to hurt me or that I want anyone to behave badly. It's that, or that I'm too nice. I mean, I used to get that from people. You know, people would say, "Oh, you're too nice," and I'm laughing. I'm like, "Don't misunderstand my kindness for weakness. I'm not weak. I can lay the smack down when I need to. I just choose not to, right? Because it's not about getting revenge. It's not about lashing out. That's not going to serve me. I mean, anybody who knows the story of my divorce, after everything that I went through, okay, we split everything 50-50. Should we have? In retrospect, maybe not. On the other hand, I'm not arguing about money. And I'm not gonna go drag his name in the mud and make his life miserable for what? It's only gonna make me miserable. It's only gonna make me unhappy. I don't need that shit. So you have to ask yourself, what is it worth to you to be angry at somebody from your past? Hi, Steve. Because oftentimes we're not really mad at them. We're mad at ourselves that we endured it, that we put up with it, you know, that we chose it. That's the issue. It's not so much the other person, right? That's why we say forgiveness is not about the other person, it's about ourselves. You know? You got to pick your battles. You got to choose your hard, 100%. We're near the end, Shell. We're near the end. And let's see what else. What else is the hope and or fear? Yeah, got to take your head out of the sand. Look, the fear is actually acknowledging something or taking the responsibility or the accountability. We love pointing fingers at other people. But again, let me make a point about this. I was just talking about my divorce. I mean, not that I talk about it very often, actually. Like lately, I haven't talked about it at all. Look, I didn't deserve what I got, but I take responsibility for my role. I did play a role in it too. I allowed certain behavior. I didn't have strong enough boundaries. I should have known better. You know, again, I'm not condoning the bad behavior or what I received, but I certainly allowed things that I should not have allowed. And now I will not make that mistake ever again. Right? I will not make that mistake ever again. Hi, Shannon. How are you? But I think you guys have to be sort of just like aware of whatever has happened and look at it from the bigger picture. Hi, Renata. Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate it. Yeah, we certainly do learn some hard lessons in life. That is for sure. We just have to move forward, Roshini. That's all we can do. 100%. 100%. And the way I look at it, look, karma never loses an address. I'm not talking about my kitty cat over here. I'm saying the universe never loses an address. You don't have to wish anything on anyone, ever. Ever. Don't wish anything on anyone. Do not say, I hope he gets his, I hope she gets hers, oh my God, like I wish this, that. Do not. It only hurts you. not the other person. Because do you think that other person is losing sleep over it? They're not losing sleep over it. Let the universe take care of it, whether it's today, tomorrow, 5 years from now. At some point, it will catch up. Hi, Sarah. We're coming near the end now. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you didn't get notified. I know, sometimes that's so weird with the notifications. I know, Roseanne. Roseanne just said it's hard when you're with a person who dislikes everyone and everything you love and trying to keep you away from them. I'm very aware and doing the best I can. I know, Roseanne. I totally get it. And you're right, Tori. Let go, let God. As I always say, let the universe take the wheel. But then, Roseanne, as you're making moves, and eventually you'll have to make even more. And that's what it comes down to. You may not be ready yet, but it will have to come at a certain time. I know you want peace. I know. I love you too. It's going to work out. Oh, I'm so glad. Tourniquet, thank you. I mean, I have the best online family. I really, really do. This is a safe space where people come and talk and share. And we have moments, we laugh, we cry, we talk about serious things. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Blessings. Blessings just said, please listen to Kelly. I learned the hard way. It comes back to those who you care about. Yeah. Change can be scary, but it can also be exciting. How do you know it's not going to be the best thing that ever happened to you? Like, seriously, how do you know that you're not going to fall in love with the best person ever? How do you know that that job that you want to change is not going to be the best thing that ever happened to you? How do you know that moving to a new home isn't going to be the best thing that ever happened, or moving to a new city or a new country? How do you know? You don't know. It's your brain that lies to you and tries to tell you all these things that are not true. Yeah. So Sharon, if you don't know how to go forward, I can help you with that. If any of you are needing that help or that talking it through, I'm happy to do that with you. I think when you don't know what to do, you've got to find someone that you trust and do something, right? I mean, sometimes, and I say this with love, I meet so many amazing people who just start following me and say, I need to talk to her. Or there are people that have followed me for 3 years, and when they're ready, they talk to me. And everybody has their own timeline, right? So, when you're ready, people don't come to me for that fluff. They know that they're going to get a specific type of session or answer, and that's when someone's ready. Did you have to rewrite, oh my God, I can't talk, rewrite my brain pathways? Yeah, in a lot of ways I did. I mean, I'll be honest with you and tell you that I've always been this way. I've had a knowing my whole life. I've had that big picture mentality my whole life. But that doesn't mean I didn't have moments where I guess you could say there were moments in my life where I didn't have boundaries, or that I didn't know what to do. I just had to do it. I had to work through it. I didn't have a choice. And so, yeah, you have to rewrite your thinking or the way you do things. You have to work through the tough times. And Anne, I say this with love. Like Anne just said, I need someone to tell me what to do on a certain subject, but then at the same time, people have to listen as well. I mean, I can tell you till I'm blue in the face. You have to be the one to implement it. I can't do it for anybody. I can tell you. And there are many times where like I'll talk to somebody and then, 8 months later we talk and it's the same conversation. I am happy to tell you over and over and over again, but it's not up to me. It's up to you. You have to decide. You can hear it. That doesn't mean you're going to implement it. Like you have to listen. There's a difference between hearing and listening. You can physically hear, but the question is, are you computing? Like, are you listening to what's being said? Well, the best advice you've been given is people will do what they will do. I always say people will always do what they think and feel is best. You're never going to change somebody's mind that way. And that's why I say we have to focus on ourselves, stay in our own lane. We cannot try to change anybody, right? We just can't. Yeah, you have to run the marathon, but I can teach you how to run. Yeah, exactly. All right, probable outcome. Let's see. Well, 7 of Cups. You've got to decide. You've got a lot of options. Yeah, you can bring the water to the individual, but they choose to drink it. Exactly. Oh, I appreciate you too, Shell. Thank you so much. I do really appreciate that, and I love you too. It's a process. None of this happens overnight. You know, we have to get through the pain, is what it is. You're right, Kat. 100%. You can't pull them up the cake, Sarah. That cake analogy, I say it every single. Go read the comments whenever you are in doubt about something related to the cake analogy. Go to the comments on the video, whether that's TikTok or whether that's Instagram. There's a reason. There's a reason why that video has so many views. There's a reason why those comments are endless, because I still get likes on that video. People find me randomly and they like, I think even today I had new likes on that video. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your night too. Yeah, this is a Beetlejuice deck. Yeah, it is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The whole deck is Beetlejuice. You're welcome. All right, last two cards. So 7 of Cups means we got to make a decision, right? That's funny, Mish. Yeah. Uranus. Uranus. Radically change. Are you ready to radically change? Who's ever ready? Who's ever ready? Nobody. You know what's so funny on this card? Like it's still the Intuit Oracle, but it's the Zodiac 108. The fireworks card in this one does not say explosive, hot, canoodling as we know it. This one says excitement, enthusiasm, joy, celebration, surprise. Oh, but it does say wild, passionate feelings. I mean, that can be explosive, hot, canoodling. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome, Kelly. You're welcome. So yeah, you don't even have to say it. Explosive, hot, yeah, canoodling, wild, passionate feelings. I mean, with Uranus, I mean, need I say more? This is true, Matt. This is true. Well, my friends, I gotta go. With whom? Oops, you'll find out. You'll find out. That's the joy. That's the fun. Let it unfold naturally. Bring on the pip, says Sarah. Yes, you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you guys for being here with me. I always appreciate it. I'm happy when I can bring something to all of you. That's why I do it. I really am passionate. You know, my students asked me today about like what I'm passionate about. And I'm passionate about learning and life and getting better and helping people. I know it's not easy, but it's very, very rewarding. So thanks, Jose. I appreciate it. Thank you, Jose. Thank you for being such an amazing moderator. You moderators are the best, especially on YouTube, because I mean, that's a whole other beast. Thank you for taking in those marriage proposals. I mean, how could I turn down, 800 billion and plus, right? Thank you, Peter. I would love to see you, Peter. I'd love to know how you're doing. Thanks, Mish. I hope you're doing well. Thanks, Christy. I really appreciate it. I really do. Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell my students today. When you're passionate about something, other people become passionate. They join in on that passion. And that's why I always say, like, if I can bring a little bit of TTP and PIP, then that spreads, no pun intended. Yeah, you still want to know if it's in gold bars or in large bills. That's a great question. When we find out the answer, we'll decide on the marriage proposals, right? But you guys are amazing. You guys are amazing. So I will see you all very soon. I don't know when I'll be on next. I might not be on tomorrow because I do have some sessions after school and volleyball. We'll see. But I will do. You down with PIP? I'm down with TTP and PIP. Oops, sorry. I got a notification on TikTok there. That's why it froze. Hi, Sydney. All right, I gotta go. Have a wonderful rest of your night, everybody, or day, wherever you are in the world. But again, I appreciate you all. I send you lots of love, and I will talk to you all soon. Okay? Okay. All right, Instagram. Take care, everybody. Okay, bye. Okay, YouTube. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. Yeah, Sarah, I can't wait. I can't wait. Looking forward to it. All right, I'll talk to you all soon. Thank you to my moderators. Okay, bye.